3 coplanar points, and bam, there's the radius of the Earth.
On the level.
The way I phrase it is a monument to the curvature of the Earth. It really is.
Level.
It really is.
Level.
And bam, there's the radius of the Earth.
Take the velocity over 1 second and the acceleration over 1 second, and resolve those two vectors. You're going to get the position after 1 second.
Yeah, isn't this what my lad said the other day? How do you get 2 straight lines to make a circle? I think he might have been listening to the Great and Wise DP when he was talking about the Dornagon.
Okay.
Is this a conceptualization like we can think of it like a Dornagon? But
It's how we understand it, yeah.
the Dornagon is how we understand an orbit.
To get your position of the orbit, you start at an origin, T0, and then T1. That interval, T0 to T1, we'll call 1 second. We'll take the velocity at 1 second, the distance it moves at 1 second, we'll do that vector, and then we'll take the acceleration. We'll resolve those two vectors, and we get the position at T1. Continue on as long as you want. Keep getting.
So you have vectors forming a circle.
A Dornagon.
Straight lines into a circle.
That's how you find the position.
You are a fucking muppet.
What's wrong about that?
That's great. I like that. That's it. See the Dornagon. I can write that on the site. There's a new conceptualization use for the Dornagon. Thanks.
Why don't you just Google circular motion and post that? Constant circular motion.
Well, we're advancing the cause within imaginometry. We're giving you a way to conceptualize these.
The fuck is imaginometry?
What?
The fuck is imaginometry?
Ooh, is that a good one? Is that like an extra?
Some made up bullshit some retards make up on the internet.
Bit of aggression there. Must have touched a nerve, Bev.
Yeah.
Why? Because you're a fucking idiot.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
Should have booked your signal with Jeff.
I wouldn't be calling the people that made imaginometry up as well. I mean, like, we just write it down. The imaginometrist makes that shit up. We just give you a way to conceptualize it. So in you doing this, you become the imaginometrist, right? That's you. You're calling yourself stupid. It's not a very good thing.
No, it's not very good, is it? Should have had a word with Jeff. Is it Jeff or who's that? Jesse, isn't it? The new one over on was it on Jose's yesterday?
Yeah,
Jesse, what was his name?
You know it's cute that you guys are
that Jesse.
What was his name?
That
Jesse Gordon.
That Jesse. Or
Jesse.
This
that
Jesse.
Jesse. The new Jesse.
Jesse Gordon.
Jesse Gordon.
Not that Jesse. The other Jesse.
Flash is
the new one.
The name Jesse.
New Jesse.
See, Cleary had another funny comment, but you guys missed it. I got it.
Yeah, Flash's brother. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
The leaky plumber.
Brian Leakey?
Who?
Brian Leakey is a leaky plumber?
No, the leaky plumber, you dick.
Who's
Fucking hell, don't you know anybody?
The nighttime surveyor. The different things, different people.
So you think surveyors are plumbers?
Wow. No, I think you're
Which claimed curve measurer do you know that's no good at plumbing?
I don't know about the skill.
You don't know any claimed curve measurers that are no good at plumbing?
I don't know their plumbing skills of any.
They've not got a dark shark yet. They are unable yet because the tools haven't been invented yet. Because you have
I'm working on it.
Yeah, have to use a water level in conjunction with the sighting equipment. That right, Chunky?
You just use your eye.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
It's painful listening to him.
Do you use your eyes to look at the water level, Beverly?
Did you give Ranty any advice on whether to come, or did he send you over here?
No.
No.
The only advice I've given Ranty is to make WS moderator. Good job, Ranty.
All right. So he doesn't trust you then, or?
How do you get that from the only advice I've ever given him? Accepted. You really make ridiculous conclusions from evidence given, don't you?
No, just ask questions.
The one time I gave Ranty advice, he accepted it, and your conclusion is he doesn't trust me.
No, I just asked the question.
You're hilarious.
Ask the question. Does he not trust you?
Child abuse.
Wow. Ooh.
Ooh. Somebody's triggered.
Brad?
Somebody's triggered.
Why am I
Brad?
triggered? Yes?
Boy, you are triggered to fuck.
Hang on, DP.
Am I triggered or am I trying to trigger somebody?
Did you just call somebody a child abuser?
A psychological child abuser, yeah.
Can't really be doing that.
Have you ever come across a child that has been abused?
Psychologically?
Have you ever been
Yes.
any form of abuse?
Yes.
And you're making light of it like this?
Nope. I don't think it's made light of. I think it's
okay. So you would you would agree that anybody that is Christian, Islamic, Hindu, anything, any belief system, teaching their children is psychological child abuse.
If they're teaching
is essentially what you're saying.
If they're teaching them to be stupid and ignore science, like stop anti-vaxxing, yes.
Well, that's not what any of us are about in here, so I don't know why you're on about that.
Well, then why are you bringing up religion?
Because you're accusing people of psychological child abuse for talking about reality. And I wanted to give you some examples and see what your thoughts were on those. And it seems you're a very judgmental person.
By lying to them is not teaching them about reality, and you know it.
Okay, so you didn't ever bring any children up into this world and tell them that Santa Claus would be coming every Christmas to drop off a load of presents?
Yes, and then I taught him to be smart enough to understand why he's not real.
So he did psychologically abuse his children, is that what he just said?
Yeah,
I basically think that this is a very, very fine line of people chucking around a child abuser tag.
You just admitted to doing what you're accusing others of doing.
No, how does that harm my child?
It's a really bad thing because the thing is,
how does that harm my child?
I wouldn't ever say anything to you about you abusing your children. Nothing. It wouldn't even enter my mind to bring up something like that. No, you are the one. You're the one who brought it up by saying that Bev was psychologically abusing his child or whatever. And I'm trying to point out to you that throwing about those accusations, one, is belittling children that are abused, and two, you're making a mockery of everything.
There's a difference
that adults speak to their children about.
Believe that Santa Claus is real, teaching them that all science is a lie.
Nobody teaches their children that all science is a lie.
Can I point out as well?
Where have you heard that?
Fine. The majority of science is a lie.
The child that he's talking about there is in the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dickhead.
Poor kid.
Don't let him get to you.
Yeah. Why are you letting your child in the room when you're teaching stupidity?
The other child was the one that wrecked you the other day, that asked you about two straight lines making a circle. He said, how do you make two straight lines make a circle?
You don't.
You bend them.
Exactly.
How is that wrecking me? By asking a question that I never claimed.
Well, he came up with that question on his own after listening to you.
And I said you don't. How is that wrecking me?
You got wrecked by a 14-year-old. But
Yeah,
boy,
I
because
do
I
want to
was
go
strong.
back. I do want to go back to this whole teaching children that science is wrong and that. No, actually, no. I loved science when I was at school. As I've told you already, I was into it. No, I absolutely love it. But the thing I teach my children most above anything else is to question everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Otherwise, we'd
that's
never
good.
get anywhere.
Yes,
You
and
can
then
follow. You to make your own decisions. You have to look at this stuff. You have to study it. You have to make your own decisions as a person.
once you understand it, should you question it some more,
You should always be questioning everything all the
even
time.
after you understand it. That's stupid.
No, it's not. If you understand, if you think you understand everything, you understand nothing.
I didn't say you understand everything. I said once you
Well,
understand,
you've just said you get to a point, you understand it, and you just go, "That's it. I don't need to understand anything more." No, I
once
think
you
that's
understand
ridiculous.
something, why are you questioning? Question it until you
What do you
understand.
mean? Why are you questioning it? I'm saying you don't take that as something may come along in the next week that changes everything.
Then you
How do you
question that.
know? And then you then have to reassess everything. It's a
Yeah, well, there's
constant
something.
thing.
If something new comes around, yes, but not until that happens.
Emma, why the fuck do you allow him in?
Don't
Because
know.
I'm smarter than you.
I'm just wondering what his issue is, and I know because
He's
everything
a
you've come up with
complete,
so far is you've made up, saying that
I've made up
we do
he's a
this,
circuits of
complete
we do
store of
moron.
that.
emotion.
You
I've made up
basically
positive circuits of
accused.
emotion.
No, you accused us of not, teaching our children that all science is rubbish. Bollocks.
Okay,
You've made
so
several accusations which have been bollocks.
that he
are
can't
you?
back up.
If you explain to your child, teach your child that science is rubbish, put it that way, then that is
If
Yeah,
you
psychological
what
child
about
abuse.
if you teach your
Who
child that
teaches their
level
child that?
is horizontal?
No, who teaches their child that?
Who teaches
Well,
their child that all science is rubbish? Who
I
does
don't
that?
know. You tell me. Psychological child abuser. I'm at work.
Hang on. It's not
Have a
about
good
all
day, everybody.
science. The only thing that Bev said was that level is a horizontal.
Cool.
He's
Thank
going
you.
anyway. He's at work. See, he just gone. There's no point trying to get him to.
There's no point in being here anymore, Emma.
No, but the reason I wanted to talk to him was to literally get him to repeat everything and show how fucking ridiculous it all is. So just little old me sitting there. It doesn't take a lot to make him look ridiculous.
Yeah, it's always when the argument fails, then they have to resort to this sort of stuff. It's this is what they do. It's not an argument, and it's not a tactic even.
When a hammer thrower releases the hammer, does it travel in an arc?
No.
Well,
It
yes.
travels in a straight line.
Yeah. In the straight line direction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we said to him the other day when we were when we were on that way to yours with the lad. It's all a straight line. But I mean, that's what we said. That's what an orbit is. It's a straight line that returns back on itself. It's a crazy concept, but it's what you've got to do. I don't know why Rumpus is coming here, though. This is interesting. He's getting very brave.
Invited him.
Who?
I thought Brian said he invited him. Maybe he was joking.
No, you got to look. You must look at the bigger picture here. He is probably going to end up part of the team after he's done his test.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
Well,
I was on to him yesterday.
Rumpus doesn't go. He doesn't go on camera or anything. He doesn't activate until you're live streaming. Like that's the only time he's activated because there's nobody listening. He doesn't care. He's like Brenda. they're not bothered. If they're not going to get enough views, then they're not considered their time. I don't think they get paid enough.
They work in pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you notice how all the trolls support Randy? 100%. No matter what.
Yeah.
I think we should save him a seat in here, though, for when he has realised the fucking watered out bed. Because I can't see in the ballers wanting him in gems.
No. Well, no, he's an embarrassment to them. And he, I don't know whether you heard it the other day, he was interrupting Larry Scott on the surveying. Now, everybody knows Rumpus knows fuck all about surveying. So, how would Rumpus be thinking he could interrupt Larry Scott? Well, I'll give you one thing. Larry Scott isn't a real surveyor. And Rumpus has read a book and he knows the narrative that what is needed for his model. And so he has to tell these people what's required and how to obfuscate. They work in teams.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right.
Rumpus isn't brave enough. Just a minute, phone call.
Like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Be water, my friend. Now you put water into a cup, you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can crash, Be water, my friend, water. Like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can crash.